think it's probably best just to start with the story of my life, because that's pretty much how it pans out. So I grew up in a town of 3,000 people, and I didn't have any exposure to diversity, no knowledge of Japan to any extent really. And when I went to college, I was put in an international dorm, and I had, through random connections there, I met close friends from Japan, and then I wanted to study abroad. I didn't really have a place picked out, and I went to the study abroad office, and they had a program in Japan, so you didn't have to know any language, you didn't have to have any background, so I went on it. And I studied hiragana and katakana on the plane, and then studied Japanese and Japanese culture for a summer in Japan. And while I was there, I met one of my professors was a JASC alum from the 70s, and he told me the program was a good idea to check out. So when I got back, I did, and I applied, not expecting to get in. Nobody from my school I've never met anybody from my school who's been involved in the program, hadn't heard about it except through one guy. And I was really surprised when I did get in, and then a lot of anticipation for the conference and everything, and I went to the conference, and it really did fulfill all my expectations, and I had a really good experience. I think for me especially, just the different perspectives that I hadn't been exposed to in the past. From studying in Japan, I saw one side of Japan, but there's delegates from all over Japan, from Okinawa, and then all over the states too, people that I would never have been able to meet without the program. And their perspective, especially Okinawan delegates' perspective, is so much different from a mainland delegate's perspective. You really need to have that to understand the pertinent issues between Japan and the US at this time, especially with the Futenma Air Base and issues like that. You need to understand the different perspectives. It's something you can't get from a textbook, or you can't get from visiting one place. So I think just bringing all these people together for 1 month in one place is really what was special about JASC for me.
How did you feel about doing JASC on an American year?
I thought...
What was the value of doing it in an American year?
An American year? I thought I applied to go on an American year because I thought it would be easier to get accepted, because there'd be less experience, or less interest in the program. So that's why I applied on American year. So actually I wasn't really super pumped about it being in the US. I would have preferred it to be in Japan, but when I got there, it made sense for it to be in the US. I think I learned a lot, maybe even more than I would in Japan, because I didn't have the expectation of it being this cultural education experience, this new perspectives and things, because there were sites that were unique. I've never been to them, but they weren't some exotic place. So to see in that environment these different perspectives, and to see the Japanese delegates, how they came over, and just the way they handled themselves and the struggles they went through, it was such an experience for me to see that and be a part of it.
What are you excited about this year?
This year I'm just excited to be able to go to Japan at this time. Not many people can travel to Japan during this time. There's a lot of fear in the US. There's a lot of attitudes in Japan that people shouldn't be going for experiences like this, but I think it's a really, really good time for us to go for JASC and to analyze issues. And at this time in the relationship between Japan and the US, when close ties and support is so important when Japan recovers, it's really a great opportunity for us to go see things firsthand and understand the Japanese perspective as they go through this time. And the things we're doing that are unique for our JASC are really interesting to me. That we're traveling to Okinawa when not many people expected us to be able to go there, and that we as an executive committee made it happen. And then that we're doing a special roundtable focusing on the disaster and the response to it. I'm really excited for all the things we have planned.
Just do your name and college and stuff.
Oh. My name is Jodarski. I'm a rising senior at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse studying economics.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Woo!
Get there.
Sounds good.
You're hot. You're sexy.
I know, it's hot.
Look what you did. It's really hot.
What?
No, that was good. That was good, Jake. I liked that. You set the fire pit on.